Well, this is one of the coolest stories that we have been able to bring to you here on GCR in some time. The Orioles are going to play the Royals this weekend and down in Kansas City. And when they do, there's going to be maybe a familiar name to those of you that are Maryland baseball fans that you're going to get the chance to see because he made his major league debut just a week ago after he had played in the infield during his time at Maryland, converted to pitcher, was literally out of baseball not that long ago, working as a FedEx driver, but now is officially a big leaguer. It was so exciting to see and so exciting to chat with Jose Cuas from the Kansas City Royals, who's with us now here on GCR. Jose, it's Glenn back in Baltimore. It's so good to catch up, man. Thank you for taking the time for us.
Thank you for the interview. Thank you for the call, and yeah, it's been a crazy ride.
Man, I can only imagine. All right, so let me go back, right? I'm talking to you, let's say in 2015, right? And I say, Jose, in the next 7 years, you're going to be grinding away, having to switch positions, battling to try to get through. You're going to be out of the game entirely. There's going to be this global pandemic. You're not going to know if you're going to ever have the chance, but one day you're going to get there. Would you have said back then, yeah, I'll take that?
Being that I'm here now, yes, I would say I take that. Would I have believed you? Probably not.
what I mean, what were the emotions like for you when you're there? You've got the jersey on. You've made it through everything you've been through. You've made it. What is that feeling like?
Oh, I can't even put into words. There was a lot going through my mind. Probably so much I couldn't really pick out one specific thing. From putting on the baseball uniform to being in the dugout to then being in the bullpen and just admiring the stadium. And the closest I've been to a major league ballpark while playing would be on MLB The Show, video game. So it was just a lot to process. Having my family there as well. Like I'm still at the point where I still don't believe it. I'm still in shock. I'm just trying to take it day by day and just enjoy every moment of it.
Did you ever doubt? Did you ever give up hope that you were going to be able to get there, or did you always still have a belief? If I just keep working, if I just keep grinding, no matter how dark it might look, I'm gonna be able to prove that I can do this.
Well, no, I mean there were times where I wanted to quit, as you probably heard in the story. 2018, while I was working FedEx, I gave up on baseball,
Mm-hmm.
and my brother, who's the reason I'm where I am today, pushed me and told me, hey, let's give it a shot. You still have you're healthy. Let's work and let's see where it takes us. So after while working FedEx, at night I would go to the park with him and throw. And he told me, listen, if you're gonna give it a shot, we're gonna go all in.
Hmm.
So I sacrificed everything. I was tired every single day, and he would just tell me, listen, if you're gonna pitch through a 162 game season, you're gonna have to learn how to do it tired. So let's just use this as getting ready for that.
Wow. Wow. It's a hell of a thought, right?
Yeah.
Like, so when it became real for you, right? When you got the call, was there some? Can you take me back? That what your brother did for you. What's that phone call like? Like the first one, you get the call that you're going up. What's the phone call like with your brother after that?
I mean, the phone call wasn't as big as the hug he gave me
Mm-hmm.
after I debuted it. The phone call was still, a shock thing. I was, in communications with the Royal staff, trying to get on a flight to get out to Cleveland. So his call was pretty quick. Hey, listen, I just got called up. Um, I don't know what's going on, but just get ready. You guys are gonna get on a flight to Cleveland tomorrow. I'll see you there. And that was it. There was much talking about it, much dialogue. The next day when they got there, he gave me a big hug in front of the hotel. Was like, hey, we did it.
Mm. Mm.
And then on the field, after I pitched and they were able to come down to the field to take pictures and see me, he gave me a hug and it was a tight hug. Like I
Mm.
could just feel his energy, his excitement. Like, we spoke about this 5 years ago and look at it. Here we are.
Man, that's powerful. Jose Cuas is with us. He's a former Terp. He's with the Royals now. We're chatting with him on GCR. Jose, the other hug that jumped out at me, and we actually happened to have Richie Palacios on the show last week because he's a former Towson Tiger, and the Indians were in Baltimore, or the Guardians, sorry, were in Baltimore. I didn't know about your guys' relationship. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Richie being there, two Brooklyn kids, and what that meant for you to have him there as you made your debut.
Oh, it meant a lot. He's best friends with my brother, as you stated. They went to Towson together. I grew up playing against his brother. So, being from New York, we joke around it a lot as kids. And to give him a hug in a major league uniform on a major league field, it's very emotional. It's a happy moment for us. It's things we dreamed of as kids. For us to be living in that dream now, it's amazing.
Bro, it's giving me goosebumps just you talking about it right now.
Yeah,
Um,
it's crazy.
and then the other part of your story that jumped out and meant so much to me, I admit I'm a father of two. My youngest just turned 5 yesterday. How much doing this was about your son and showing I mean this is gonna it's nothing in comparison, but I had this incredible anxiety and fear about the idea of jumping out of an airplane, and the Army Golden Knights reached out to me and said, "Hey, would you come jump out of an airplane with us?" And I did it, and somebody asked me why, and I said, "Because I want my kids to see that you can overcome your fears and you can overcome your anxiety. I want them to know that." And hearing about what this meant to you with your son really blew me away. How important was that for you as you continued to push, Jose?
Oh well, he was a huge reason as to why I decided to listen to my brother and say, you know what, let's go, let's give it another shot. Because I just look at him and say, hey, if I quit, when he's older and understands what's going on, he's gonna look at his father as a person who quit on his dream. So what kind of message would I be sending to my son? If I quit on my dreams because things got rough.
Mm.
So I would look at him and just say, listen, I got to do it for him. This is a story that my kids are gonna grow up to listen and read about, and they're gonna learn about perseverance and how I was knocked down and I was able to get back up and keep pushing towards my dream, whether it became a reality or not.
Oh, it's powerful, bro. That's real powerful, man. How old's your son now?
He's 4.
Oh, dude. Does he have any concept of how important this is and what a big deal it is? Like, can he grasp that in any way?
I don't think so. I mean, he's always just excited to see me.
Yep.
I mean, I could be playing backyard baseball and he sees me, he's excited. But as time goes on and he gets a little older, he'll start to understand a little more.
Oh, dude.
And once he comprehends enough, and he's able to read back on the story and find out, who his dad really is, it's going to be amazing. I can't wait for that moment to be able to explain to him the things I went through while, when he was born and where I'm at today.
Man, that's cool. You know the other cool part about this to me, a lot of guys that like have to work a job or pick up something else, they try to distance themselves from it. And hey, that's not my story. You've really embraced like the part where you worked for FedEx. Like you're not hiding from it. You joke about it on social media. Like,
Oh yeah, it's no, I can't hide it. It's what I've been through. It's
w-
not whether I like it or not. Did I want to be there? Absolutely not. I wanted to be playing baseball somewhere, but the reality was, things were tough at the time, and I had to bring money to the table to feed my kids.
what do what did that time do for you? Did it help you mature in a way? Did it humble you? Did it add a perspective that maybe helped you as you made this jump to the bigs?
Oh, it helped me grow up 100%. Helped me take things more serious. And I was a big, you know, I am a little clown. I like to joke around and have fun. But during that time, I'm a grown man. Once you have a kid, you automatically a grown man. You
No
got to
doubt.
provide for a household. And being that I wasn't able to provide for my household, it made me realize, listen, something's wrong here. Like your son is gonna go hungry if you don't provide.
It hits you. It hits you in a heartbeat, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Like
100%. My son cannot miss a meal, and that
no,
was my mindset. Like my son cannot miss a meal.
man, man. Well, I can only imagine how well he's eating at the moment.
Oh, he's doing well.
Yeah. Jose Cuas with us on GCR. Jose, just take me back further, because for Maryland fans that never even knew that you got and then moved to pitching. Can you take me back that far? Go back to 2015. How did you go? How did pitching end up becoming the path for you?
Well, when I signed, I signed as a third baseman, as you stated. I struggled hitting. From 2015, I had a good 2015 season in the Advanced Rookie League of the Brewers. My next 2 seasons, struggled miserably with the bat. I realized I had no chance of reaching the big leagues as a third baseman anymore. A lot of guys were above me. So I spoke to my brother and my agent, and I said I wanted to make the transition to pitching and see if they gave me the chance to do that, which they did. I'm thankful for that. They gave me a chance at pitching. I was over the top at the time. I pitched for about 2 months with the Brewers
Okay.
and was released in July of 2018.
So then, how did it go from like the from the over the top delivery to the side? Where did that come from that you turned into a sidearm guy?
Well, I went when being hit that bad over the top. When I got released and the independent ball opportunity came up, I was messing around with it. Hey, let's try to mess with different arm angles. And Francisco Rodriguez, K-Rod, was there in the Atlantic League team, and he liked what he saw from the sidearm. He said, "Hey, let's stay there. Let's just work from there, and learn how to command and things like that." And it felt more natural because that's where my natural arm slot was from the infield. So that's how I was able to gain the velo.
Okay. So it was sort of like making a throw from third base.
Exactly. They always
Wow.
threw from that angle, so it was natural. So I was like, "Wow, this feels a lot better, a lot less stress on my arm than throwing over the top."
Did you know then that it was your path? Did you say like this is my chance, or again, like at that point things were so cloudy, it's got to be hard to know?
Yeah, but at that time, once I dropped arm slots, I was having a little success in the independent ball team. I'm like, okay, and I have big leaguers telling me, hey, you got a chance. Like this is you look good. Like this stuff plays in the big leagues. So they boosted my confidence a little. So I'm like, okay, here we go. It works.
Wow.
And
Wow.
then 2019 comes around, and I was hoping to have a contract already before spring training. That didn't happen, so I ended up going back to the same independent ball team, the Long Island Ducks, and that's where the Diamondbacks signed me a month later.
Man, that's crazy. And Francisco Rodriguez, who did spend a little time in Baltimore, among the many stops in his career, clearly, when a dude like that that's had that much success gives you a little piece of advice, you're probably gonna listen.
Yes. Oh, I listen. I picked his brains.
Right.
Every time he would tell me, hey, you have a big league arm. All we got to do is work on, things pitchers need to do in the big league at the big league level, and we worked on it every single day. And that might he gave me a tip and advice, and that stuck with me till today. He said, when you're on that mound, everybody that reaches first base on you, whether it be a hit, walk, whatever it is taking food away from your kid's plate.
Damn.
And that has stuck with me to this
Damn.
day. Like when I'm on the mound now, even at the big league level, that's what I'm thinking about.
Oh.
Every hitter there is trying to take food away from my son's plate, and I won't let that happen.
No, that is intense, bro. That is intense,
Yeah, like
man.
no one's gonna take food away from my kid's plate.
Jose, it's been an exciting time for Maryland fans recently. Obviously, what a season it's been for the Terps. You guys really kind of started this back in the mid teens, right?
Yes.
It was your teams that made the deep runs and established something. I know Rob was on the staff at that time. What does it mean to you to see this have continued now on for the better part of a decade? What you guys were able to establish at a place where, let's be honest, baseball was basically non-existent at Maryland for a long time. What does it mean to see you to see it continue the way that it has now for the better part of a decade, and with Rob now taking over?
Oh, it means a lot. It means I'm beyond happy with the success they're having. It's something that when I was recruited to Maryland, that was the plan. Our class to put the school on the map. For them to be recognized as a baseball school. And I remember the coaching staff telling us, "Hey, if you guys achieve this, you'll be remembered forever." Because Maryland was never a baseball school,
Never.
and here we are a couple years later, and they're they were hosting they're hosting a regional. And I feel like we opened that door. Coach Vaughn, Swope, Papio, all amazing guys. Group that will do whatever it takes to help the team, to help each individual player. Like, I still stay in contact with them, and I'm beyond happy. excited for them.
That's awesome. And by the way, a pretty hell of a roster you guys had back at that time, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, what's Brandon Lau done, right? Like, what's Lamont Wade done? You know, like,
Exactly.
pretty decent group you guys had on the field today, and for you to now be joining them in the bigs, man, it's just so cool. Jose, I can't get enough, man. Your story truly gives me goosebumps. I can't. I guess we got to when they inevitably make the Jose Cuas movie. Who do you want to see play you? Like who's the actor that you say that's the guy I want playing me in the movie?
I was asked this question a couple times, and I want to play myself.
Okay.
I, I want to experience everything that comes with this story, with this accomplishment. I want to feel a part of everything.
Man, that's awesome, Jose. I'm so happy for you. Look, we're not gonna pretend like we're rooting for you this weekend when the Orioles face you, because you know how that goes. But man, it's just such a cool story. It's so incredible to see what's happened. I know it's at Jay Cuas, and that's CUAS28 on Twitter. What about on Instagram? Are you on there that Maryland fans
Yes,
can give you a follow?
Instagram is at Jose Cuas 28.
At Jose Cuas 28. Jose, seriously, congratulations, brother. I'm so happy for you. Thank you for taking the time for us. Continued health and success to you, my friends.
Thank you so much for the interview. I appreciate it, and look forward to hearing from you soon.